With a combined family fortune of over $1.4 trillion, it's a no-brainer seeing the Saudi prince travel with luxury and style. From as little as $1.5 million limos to a $500 million superyacht, a fleet of high-end vehicles like Mercedes Benz, Rolls-Royces, Aston Martins, buying out hotels, private islands, and many more, he truly redefines how traveling with style is done. Not only that, all expenses covered upfront for himself, political appointees, security, and staff at large. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world of Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, or as we like to call him, the undefeated champion of high luxury level globe-trotting. You see, traveling isn't just a necessity for Prince Salman. It's a statement of power, influence, and yes, unimaginable wealth. It's a masterclass in how to make the rest of us feel like peasants. And trust me, it's a ride you don't want to miss. But before we take a tour into how Prince Mohammed bin Salman travels, let's talk about the man himself, because trust me, he's not your average world leader. Born on August 31st, 1985, in the heart of Riyadh, Mohammed bin Salman, also referred to as MBS, grew up in a world of privilege. He has always been surrounded by wealth and tradition. But it wasn't all luxury. This future crown prince had a sharp mind and a knack for strategy, which became clear early on. Fast forward to 2017, when Mohammed bin Salman was named crown prince. At just 31 years old, he became the youngest leader in Saudi history to hold the title, a clear signal that a new era had begun. At the heart of his leadership is Vision 2030, a bold plan to transform Saudi Arabia from an oil-dependent nation into a global hub for tourism, technology, and innovation. Under his leadership, Saudi Arabia has seen the rise of NEOM, a futuristic megacity in the desert, several social reforms like lifting the ban on women driving, and an ambitious push for renewable energy and entertainment industries. But let's be honest, MBS is no stranger to controversy. His leadership style has drawn criticism from human rights groups, making him one of the most polarizing figures in modern politics. Whether you see him as a visionary or a disruptor, Mohammed bin Salman is undeniably reshaping the Middle East. With his mix of tradition and modernity, his story is one that keeps the world watching. So now that we know who Mohammed bin Salman is, let's shift gears, because when it comes to traveling, this crown prince doesn't just board a plane or book a hotel like the rest of us. Imagine combining the precision of a military operation with the extravagance of a royal parade. That's just how MBS travels. From the skies to the streets, his trips speak of luxury, logistics, and influence. I will be breaking it all down into 6 jaw-dropping elements. First up, let's talk about how this crown prince rules the skies. Private jets. The sky is definitely not his limit when looking at his aerial adventures. When Prince Salman takes to the skies, it's not about getting from point A to point B, it's about redefining airborne luxury. You think first class is fancy? Wait until you hear about this. The prince's private jets redefine luxury. They are literally classed as flying castles. Take his Boeing 747, his most iconic aircraft. For example, it's not just a plane, it's an airborne mansion. Think silk-covered walls adorned with gold-plated accents, hand-woven carpets, crystal chandeliers, and a bedroom that could make a 5-star hotel suite jealous. He also has a dining room that can seat 30 people. Yes, 30. Because nothing says mid-flight snack like a 10-course meal with your closest advisors. All this is complete with fine china and custom gold cutlery, because even mid-air meetings with world leaders require an atmosphere that screams power and sophistication. When he traveled to the G20 summit in Buenos Aires, the jet served as a flying office and command center. And just in case turbulence gets too stressful, the jet comes equipped with a private spa, or if mid-flight massages are a thing. You know, priorities. Beyond first-class amenities, the prince's private jet boats, amenities that would make a luxury resort blush, like a prayer room well-equipped with an automated system that always faces Mecca, ensuring spiritual practices are seamless. Let's not forget the private bedrooms, each designed with plush bedding and Arabian-inspired decor. Meanwhile, the rest of us are grateful if we get extra legroom and an airline cookie. More recently, the Airbus A380, a double-deck giant capable of carrying 800-plus passengers, is rumored to be part of the royal fleet. Except here, it's customized with fewer seats and more personal suites. Think fewer seats, more luxury suites, a gourmet kitchen, and a tech hub that puts most offices to shame, luxury penthouses meeting international skies. This he used during his tour of the Asian nations. When visiting regional allies, the Gulfstream G650 is his jet of choice. It's smaller, faster, and equally luxurious. It is also ideal for quick diplomatic stops. On one occasion, during a visit to Bahrain, the jet's speed and efficiency allowed for multiple meetings in a single day. All this doesn't take from the fact that the prince's aircraft aren't just luxurious only, they're high-tech, equipped with encrypted communication systems, onboard intelligence centers, and even missile defense systems. These planes are prepared for anything. Then there's the fleet, and this isn't just one jet we're talking about. Prince Salman has access to an entire fleet of aircraft for different occasions. Need to transport an entourage of 300? No problem. Want to bring exotic pets along? There's a jet for that too. I mean, his pets probably have better travel conditions than most of us. Now that we've landed, it's time to hit the road, or in MBS's case, dominate it with his convoy of luxury cars. Convoy of luxury cars. If you think his air travel is extravagant, wait until you see his ground game. Prince Salman's convoys are less about getting from A to B and more about making sure the entire alphabet knows he's arrived. His convoy is a blend of cutting-edge technology and undeniable elegance. The prince's convoy is more than just a group of cars. It's a mobile fortress. At the heart of it is his custom Mercedes Benz S600 Pullman Guard, a $1.5 million armored limousine, a car that's bulletproof, bomb-proof, pretty much anything short of a meteor strike, and, if rumors are true, might also be sarcasm-proof. During a visit to the United States, MBS's convoy included the Mercedes-Benz S600 Pullman Guard. This ultra-secure vehicle has been nicknamed the Tank in a Tuxedo. Whether cruising down Washington, D.C.'s Pennsylvania Avenue or navigating Los Angeles traffic, it guarantees top-tier protection. Its reinforced steel body, bulletproof glass, and advanced communication systems make it a fortress on wheels. Flanking this beast are fleets of Rolls-Royces and Range Rovers, ensuring that both luxury and security travel side by side. Each car in the convoy has a specific purpose. One for the prince, one for security, one for communications, and one, probably just to carry snacks. Hey, you never know when you'll need some caviar on the road. Rolls-Royces for style and elegance, SUVs equipped with satellite communication systems for security, then specialty vehicles designed to carry essential staff, including medical teams and advisors. For us, a road trip means loading up the family sedan. For MBS, it means shipping an entire fleet across continents. Oh, and let's not forget the communications van, which is a high-tech mobile command center packed with gadgets that would make James Bond jealous. When traveling to remote or off-road locations like his tour of the Red Sea project site, the Toyota Land Cruiser takes center stage. These vehicles are as durable as they are discreet, ideal for less formal appearances. And when absolute luxury is the goal, the Maybach 62 joins the lineup. This car was a highlight of his visit to the Future Investment Initiative in Riyadh, showcasing a blend of comfort and class. Let's be honest, even the parking valet would be intimidated. Here's the kicker. When Prince Salman travels internationally, his personal cars are shipped to the destination ahead of time. Entire cargo planes are chartered just for the vehicles, ensuring the prince always travels in style and familiarity. Everything runs like clockwork. Meanwhile, we're out here debating whether to splurge on the full insurance package for our rental car. But with this level of luxury comes an equal need for protection with advanced security protocols. Security protocols. Luxury means nothing without security, and when you're one of the most influential figures on the planet. At this point, personal safety isn't just a priority, it's an art form or a way of life. Think Mission Impossible meets the Secret Service. During his visit to London, over 100 elite bodyguards were deployed, many of them former Special Forces operatives. These professionals blended seamlessly into the environment, always ready to neutralize potential threats. His personal security team is more like a private army. We're talking elite forces trained in counterterrorism, surveillance, close-quarters combat, cybersecurity to prevent digital threats, and, let's face it, probably dodging awkward handshakes. The team also includes snipers positioned on rooftops, bomb detection units, and bodyguards who are rumored to have reflexes faster than your Wi-Fi. There is no room for oversight or mistakes. Looking beyond that, digital threats are also being countered. They are just as dangerous as physical ones. Prince Salman's security team employs elite cybersecurity experts to monitor potential hacking attempts, ensuring sensitive communications and travel plans remain confidential alongside other digital footprints. In addition to on-the-ground personnel, drones are a staple of his security detail. When MBS attended the G20 summit in Osaka, drones monitored the perimeter, providing real-time aerial footage to his security team. Facial recognition systems are another key feature. At events like the Davos Economic Forum, these systems scanned attendees for any potential risks, ensuring MBS could focus on diplomacy, not danger. The surveillance is truly advanced as the very location the prince visits is scouted weeks in advance. During public appearances, crowd control is managed using cutting-edge facial recognition software, allowing security teams to identify potential threats in real time. This includes drones, which are used to monitor crowds and provide real-time aerial views. Meanwhile, the rest of us are struggling with CAPTCHA tests to prove we're not bots. Even the prince's personal chef has probably undergone security training. However, every meal also goes through food testing to ensure safety. Imagine being tackled because you accidentally served the wrong kind of hummus or the food is too spicy. The prince's presence creates a security bubble, an invisible perimeter where every movement is tracked. This bubble includes road closures, controlled airspaces, and even naval patrols if the destination is near water. These individuals undergo rigorous training, often drawing from military and intelligence backgrounds. Prince Salman's security is a masterpiece, so much that every location the prince visits has an emergency extraction plan, from helicopters positioned nearby for rapid evacuation and secure rooms within accommodations, reinforced for extreme scenarios. During a visit to Egypt, helicopters were kept on standby for rapid evacuation. The combination of air and ground security guarantees that MBS is always one step ahead. But where do you house this entire army of people? That brings us to his accommodations. Lavish accommodations. Hotels. Too basic. When Prince Salman travels, staying at a regular hotel isn't just inconvenient, it's impossible. So, what's the solution? Rent out the entire place, of course. His accommodations must speak of luxury. The prince doesn't just book a suite, he books entire floors. Or, if privacy is a concern, the entire hotel. Why share a pool when you can own it for the weekend? The prince often rents out entire floors, or even entire hotels. This ensures maximum privacy and security. One notable example was during a stay in Los Angeles, where his team rented 60 rooms at the Four Seasons, costing an estimated $10 million for a few weeks. When visiting the French capital, Prince Salman reportedly booked the entire Hôtel de Crillon, one of the most iconic luxury hotels in the world. His team brought custom furnishings to align the interiors with his personal preferences. It became a home away from home. His accommodations come with personal chefs, private gyms, and enough security cameras to make a bank vault jealous. And let's not forget the custom decor, because who doesn't want gold chandeliers and hand-carved furniture while on vacation? At this point, he's not just a guest. He's the unofficial owner. Rumor has it, his team even replaces the hotel soap with imported luxury bars. Talk about washing your hands in style. In the US, the Ritz-Carlton in New York City was completely customized for his stay during a United Nations summit. From Saudi cuisine in the kitchens to enhanced security at every entrance, no detail was overlooked. When suitable accommodations aren't available, temporary residences are built. These structures come fully furnished with personal chefs, decor that mimics his palace, and state-of-the-art security systems. These pop-up palaces often take weeks of preparation but can be assembled within days on site. A perfect example is the visit to Maldives, where during the private vacation, the prince reserved a private island. The entire island was then transformed into a temporary resort, featuring imported sand and trees to match the aesthetic of his homeland. Imagine Airbnb calling you up and saying, "Sorry, someone rented your whole country." In 2015, MBS made headlines when he purchased the iconic Serene superyacht from Russian billionaire Yuri Shefler. This $500 million masterpiece features a saltwater swimming pool, multiple jacuzzis, a fully equipped spa, and even a cinema. The yacht accommodates up to 24 guests and boasts a crew of 52, ensuring that every need is met no matter how extravagant. The Serene isn't just a place to relax, it's also a hub for diplomacy. During his visits to Mediterranean nations like Greece and Italy, the yacht became a mobile meeting venue where deals were brokered over gourmet dinners and breathtaking sunsets. Meanwhile, the rest of us are renting kayaks and hoping they don't tip over. But what's luxury without company? Let's talk about his entourage. Entourage size. Traveling solo? Not a chance. Prince Salman's entourage is so massive, it could fill a small town. Whether it's a diplomatic mission, a business summit, or a cultural exchange, the size and diversity of his team reflect the complexity of his objectives. His entourage includes cultural advisors who ensure the prince adheres to Saudi customs and traditions during public appearances, and protocol officers who coordinate with foreign governments to ensure seamless diplomatic engagements. Take his visit to China, for example. Alongside government officials and business leaders, MBS brought cultural ambassadors who organized events to highlight Saudi heritage. Traditional Saudi dances were performed at high-profile banquets, showcasing the kingdom's rich history. Simultaneously, translators ensured every conversation reflected the nuances of both Arabic and Mandarin, fostering mutual respect. Others include media teams who capture every moment, crafting a narrative that aligns with the prince's vision for Saudi Arabia. Strategists, chefs, stylists, medical professionals, and even people whose only job is to carry his tea. During his US tour, tour, MBS's entourage included over 200 representatives from Saudi businesses and institutions. These individuals participated in meetings with tech giants in Silicon Valley, including Google and Apple. The discussions led to strategic partnerships and billions of dollars in investments, underscoring the kingdom's Vision 2030 initiative. When vacationing on a private island in the Maldives, his personal chefs played a critical role. They prepared dishes that reflected Saudi Arabian flavors while incorporating locally sourced ingredients. Every meal became a celebration of cross-cultural fusion, all while maintaining the comforts of home for the prince and his entourage. In Europe, MBS was accompanied by energy experts who participated in discussions on renewable energy collaborations. Their presence was instrumental in securing agreements that aligned with Saudi Arabia's goals of diversifying its energy portfolio. At a conference in Berlin, the prince's advisors played a key role in negotiating sustainable investment terms. On a visit to Morocco, his entourage included historians and cultural experts who ensured that meetings with local dignitaries were steeped in tradition. These experts facilitated the exchange of artifacts between Saudi Arabia and Morocco, strengthening the cultural bond between the two nations. For most of us, traveling with an entourage means bringing our family and maybe a friend. For MBS, it's a caravan of diplomats, chefs, cultural experts, and tech advisors, a human Swiss Army knife for every occasion. Seriously, this group is so large, they've had to charter additional planes just for the luggage. During a tour of Europe, chefs specializing in Saudi cuisine prepared dishes that reminded MBS and his team of home. Think lamb kabsa served with the same precision as a Michelin star meal. Think of being the guy whose job it is to ensure the prince's robes are wrinkle-free. High stakes, low margin for error. However, the entourage is both large, it's highly specialized, something only a handful of royalties in the world can afford. So, if you think your family vacations are stressful to coordinate, try managing 300 people with individual demands. Feeding the entourage is a monumental task. Chefs prepare menus that blend Saudi cuisine with local flavors, ensuring everyone gets a taste of home while abroad. But all of this luxury and company serves a greater purpose. Let's move on to the cultural and political significance of his travels. Cultural and political considerations. Prince Salman's trips aren't just about luxury, even though they seem so. They're also a powerful display of Saudi Arabia's influence on the global stage. His travels often include high-stakes diplomatic meetings, trade negotiations, and cultural showcases. Everything from the food served to the decor is carefully curated to reflect Saudi traditions and values. Every trip highlights Saudi Arabia's push for modernization and diversification under Vision 2030. From hosting business meetings to showcasing Saudi culture, these visits are calculated to boost the country's image by fostering alliances, attracting investments, and showcase their evolving identity at a global stage. Even his prayer arrangements are managed with precision. Imagine organizing an entire team just to ensure there's a quiet, pristine room for prayer wherever he goes. Talk about dedication. At the G20 summit in Buenos Aires, MBS met with leaders from around the world to discuss global economic trends. His focus on modernizing Saudi Arabia's economy resonated with international stakeholders, leading to agreements on infrastructure development and technological collaboration. The trip underscored Saudi Arabia's role as a key player in global affairs. In Beijing, MBS inaugurated a Saudi-themed cultural exhibition, complete with an interactive display of traditional crafts and Saudi architecture. The event was attended by thousands of Chinese citizens and showcased the kingdom's efforts to build cultural bridges. During his visit to Silicon Valley, MBS brokered deals with companies like Tesla and SoftBank. These partnerships not only positioned Saudi Arabia as a major tech investor, but also highlighted the prince's vision of transforming the kingdom into a hub for innovation. In Germany, his diplomatic efforts centered around renewable energy. MBS signed a historic agreement with German companies to collaborate on hydrogen technology, a move that cemented Saudi Arabia's commitment to sustainable development. Closer to home, MBS's trip to the UAE was marked by a series of meetings aimed at strengthening regional alliances. The prince emphasized the importance of economic integration and security cooperation, aligning the Gulf states' shared vision for stability and prosperity. The prince often exchanges gifts with world leaders, each carefully chosen to reflect Saudi heritage. These cultural exchanges solidify relationships and emphasize Saudi Arabia's role on the global stage. Meanwhile, you're over here debating whether a Starbucks gift card is thoughtful enough. The prince's travels often dominate headlines, sparking both admiration and criticism. While some view his opulence as a celebration of Saudi prosperity, others question its sustainability in a changing world. From flying palaces to pop-up luxury, MBS's travels are a masterclass in combining power, precision, and extravagance. extravagance. So there you have it, the private jets, the luxury cars, the entourage, and everything in between. Whether he's cruising through the Mediterranean on a yacht fit for royalty, jetting across the globe in a flying palace, or pulling off diplomatic magic while riding in a bulletproof SUV, one thing's clear, it's a lifestyle that's as fascinating as it is extravagant. So, the next time you complain about legroom, just think, at least you're not trying to fit a golden throne on your flight. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section, and before you leave, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Wealth Corner so you don't miss the next ones.